Sergio. I'm the founder and CEO of Gift Baby. It's a new startup operating in the prenatal and better baby business. I actually met the folks here at the China Start program when I was speaking at Web Summit in Portugal, and really kind of had a spark thinking, why am I here when the market is in China? But it's very hard for us to sort of just get on a plane and land somewhere and instantly know the people, understand the landscape. So me and the folks here gave me the confidence, because of course the credentials, the school behind it, but really understanding how to do business in China is something that I really wanted to do. So spending a week here in a deeply immersive, very, very competitive program where you really get to understand the ins, the outs, the whats, all the questions that we have when we tried to get into China was an extraordinary experience. So I really want to highlight two things I think are really important. The people you meet, certainly, right? Quantity, investors, different opinions, points of view, but also your peers. These are not just your average startup folks who have never done it before. These are some extraordinary, powerful, smart people who were sort of hand-selected by the China Start team because they have the highest chance to succeed in this market. And this is my 14th startup. But getting into China at times can be scary, right? Especially coming from sort of U.S.-driven, capital-driven economy. What I quickly realized is that China is as much about connections as it is about getting here, right? So once you get here, sort of world opens up for you. And the folks at the China Start program were not only able to create a tremendous program for us as a general curriculum, but they instantly saw opportunity to connect us with other folks. So I had an opportunity to meet with chairman of the largest baby clothing line. It was a completely impromptu meeting, but one that really inspired me. And then next thing you know, you're meeting the senator from Taiwan. You see how it goes. Just kind of one step builds into another, and by the time you meet, you have a Rolodex full of new people and just this extraordinary life experience that you didn't expect coming here. Because learning is important, practicing probably is equally, if not more important, right? So you're only meeting people who have given you theoretical knowledge and are extraordinary professors, but you also get to meet the entrepreneurs, folks who have done it, build multi-billion-dollar businesses, and just looking them in the eye, right? Having this opportunity to say, how did you do it, right? What's your trick, right? And then freely telling you, because they're alumni of the program or friends of the founders, it's just an extraordinary asset, one you can't really pay for, right? While working with the team members and the camaraderie that builds around team members, it's folks you didn't know a week ago, and you sort of have a feeling you're going to be a lifelong friend. I think that's an extraordinary sort of plus of the program, right? But we all pitch, right? This is what you do as an entrepreneur. I've done it 14 startups in a row, but every pitch is, it's a whole new life, right? So adjusting your story to a Chinese reality, understanding what triggers a Chinese investor, as the days progress, you become a little more Chinese, a little less Western, in a good way, right? You learn what really motivates a Chinese investor to consider you. Look, they have extraordinary homegrown successes. They have one of the greatest capital markets in the world. So they don't need us, We're coming here and telling them, you want us. So there's a big step between need and want, right? And we've been taught very well how to create a desire to be part of our story.
Let's imagine the ambitious entrepreneur out there currently considering whether he or she should join the program next round or not. What would you tell them?
Book your flights now. I think that's the best advice I can give them. Spending a week in a place where you're welcomed as a friend and you leave as a business associate, there's very few places you can do that.